You know what? Sometimes your eyes lie. Not because your eyes are broken, but because they've been trained by an old story. You walk into a room, see two people talking, and assume that they are ignoring you. You see a very low number on your bank account and assume that's your future. You see a woman staring across the room and assume she's looking at somebody else. You don't want to know what happened to me? I was looking at a photo from a gathering that I attended. Nothing really dramatic, just a normal, regular social event. In the picture, there was a woman I was interested in, and she was staring across the room in that picture. She had a deep, intentional look. She was locked in and focused. But here's the thing that hit me. She was looking at another man. I could see it in the picture. At least it looked like it to me at first glance. Immediately, the old stories kicked in. She wants him, not me. She does not see me like that. I'm not the one that she's looking at. At that moment, I remembered something. I was at that event. The event that the picture was taken at. So I looked closer at the picture. Where am I? There were a number of people in there, and I looked and I saw all of the people who I know, who I remembered was at the event, and I couldn't see me. And then I looked again, and there I was, barely visible behind the man that the woman was staring at, and cut off on the edge of the picture. There you could see the sleeve of my jacket. You could see the curve of my shoulder. I wasn't outside of that moment. I was right there, and there was the picture. And in that instant, I realized maybe, just maybe, what I saw, what I think I saw with my eyes wasn't the truth. I got 3 truths that I learned from contemplating this picture. Truth number 1, you don't see the truth, you see your training. Your eyes have been trained by your trauma, by your fears, by your expectations of not being chosen. So when something neutral shows up, a look, a message left on read, a silence, your mind tells a story that fits the pain, not the possibility. James Allen said, "You are today what your thoughts have brought you. You will be tomorrow where your thoughts take you." What you see isn't truth, it's programming. And you got to rewrite that program. The second truth that I learned from contemplating the story about this image is that you need to rewrite the moment before it rewrites you. That photo, it was a test. I could choose to keep believing the default story, which was, she's looking at him. Or I could rewrite it to, she was looking at me, she noticed me, she sees something in me, she is staring at me. And then I asked myself, which story creates more life in me? Which story is more valuable to me? Because neither one is provable, but one moves me forward. Neville Goddard said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. If you're going to narrate your reality, make it match your calling and not your fear. The third truth that this story, contemplating the story, told me is to live from the truth you want, not the lie you were told or the lies you tell yourself. You want to change your life? Start living like the better story is already true. Walk like you've been seen. Speak like the door is already open. Move like the confirmation email is already in your inbox, because the moment you start believing the truth you want, reality starts shifting to match it. Emerson said, we become what we think about all day long. And Wayne Dyer, he said, you'll see it when you believe it. This is more than mindset. This is manifestation through motion. Now, let's do some visualization. Talk about some visualizations that you can do to really drill this into your mind. And the first visualization is the zoom in frame. Visualize a photo from your life that feels like rejection. Now, in your mind's eye, zoom into the picture. See yourself appearing on the edge. See yourself again. Look again in the picture and watch as the camera shifts and suddenly the whole frame centers on you. Now you are the focus. Now it's your moment. That's the first visualization I want you to try. The second visualization is the new script. See yourself opening a dusty, tattered notebook labeled Old Story. You rip out the pages, then pick up a golden pen and write, I am chosen. I am aligned. I am exactly who they've been waiting for. As you write, your environment begins to change, literally. Here are some affirmations you might want to also use to drill this mindset into your mind. I don't accept the first story I'm handed. I choose the narrative that empowers me. My belief makes room for what I want. I live in the reality of my words. My story is shifting. Here are some quotes that I hope will really anchor this home. And we talked about them before. Neville Goddard said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. James Allen said, you are today what your thoughts have brought you. Wayne Dyer said, you'll see it when you believe it. And Emerson said, we become what we think about all day long. And now, when I look at that picture, I see her eyes. And I know she was looking at me. Not because the photos changed, but because I changed. I began to interact with her like I was the one she noticed. I walked in that belief. I showed up different, not desperate, not doubtful, but chosen. And guess what? She talks to me now like I was the one all along. Talking about the 3D, y'all. We've taken photos since, and now there's no doubt that she's looking at me. But I didn't start with the camera. It started with the story I was willing to believe and the story I wrote, and it's come true. You don't have to keep believing the first thing you saw. You don't have to accept the story your fear wrote for you. You can stop now and write the truth you want. So drop a comment right now. What lie are you letting go of today? And what lie are you telling yourself so that you can let go of that? Like this post if you've ever had to reframe a moment that almost broke you. Subscribe if you're done living in the lie you were told and ready to live in the truth you decide. You're not the background. You're not the side character. You're not the side man. You are the one. Now write that story and live like it's already unfolding. Come on, y'all. Let's go.